So it's 6 p.m. and we've opened the doors to Alfa Royale. It's showtime, baby. Welcome to another episode of DBTV, and today we're at Alfa Royale, which is part of Vivid. It's a car show which showcases, some of the best cars in Sydney. What a backdrop we got here with the Opera House. And obviously we brought out my whole collection here, but look what we got here. It's a very special car. We actually saw this back in Italy, the Pagani Huayra BC. Again, we'll cover the whole cars which is being showcased here at Alfa Royale. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave your comment below which is your favorite car. Let's check out some of the cars on display. We should start off with this amazing Pagani Huayra BC, which some of you would recognize. We actually saw this in the factory in Italy last year. So it's the same car. Australia, we don't have that many Paganis. And in Sydney, I think we've got around 2 Huayras. But this owner, who's a good friend of mine, willing to showcase his car for the first time actually, because normally he only takes it out for early morning drives. Detail on this car, it's like a work of art. So many things to kind of go through. Where do I start? So check out the video which we've done on a previous episode to see more details about this car. Then we've got 3 cars here being showcased by our good friends at the Lee Collection. Starting off with the AMG Speed Legend, which we had a drive in around the city earlier on. Very cool car. It's a very surreal experience, not having a roof. But when you actually do drive a bit faster, the wind in your face does take a bit of while to kind of get used to. What? The wind. This is pretty interesting. Okay, that's a bit of wind. Whoa. That's a bit intense. Wow. Next to that, we've got the AMG GTR Pro. Is obviously a big fan of AMG GTs. Then we've got a tailor-made 812 GTS, which is being customized by the TaylorMade program. I think this one's a very classy spec. Oh yeah, it's got the Novitec wheels too. I've also brought my whole collection for this Alfa Royale show for the first time, all my cars under one roof. But if you want more details on that, there's a separate video where I cover my whole collection. But yeah, not bad, good size. So we got some of the followers from DBTV, and I've known these guys now from Instagram for a number of years. Like Seb actually made me autograph his phone case like 6 years ago. Anyway, they're good supporters of the channel and on my Instagram, and they're here for the show. So tell us, what's your favorite cars here on display?
Ooh, for me, it's got to be the Enlago. Yours, 100%. Best sounding car here, best looking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's mine.
Enlago, and then
I'll go 765.
765?
The Batmobile.
And why the 765 over the Enlago?
It's just nicer, faster, different beast. They've also got the key to match it.
Got the Batman. Yeah.
Hardcore fans here. And then we got a DILF over here, the big fella. So big fella, which is your favorite?
Easily the Murcielago.
Oh, the SV?
Yeah.
So this could be a DILF 670?
Oh, it could be a DILF 6.7, 67 DILF one day.
So what do you guys think of the car scene now around Sydney too? It's kind of growing around.
Yeah, after COVID, it definitely.
A lot more hypercars.
Yeah, it's getting better. It's getting much better.
I think a few years ago, people around here didn't want to showcase their cars, but I think people are getting more comfortable, right?
Wire on display. It's, first time.
You know, a few years ago, we were like, all these car spotters are like vultures, but we're like, no, we love them, right? We like it.
It's all community.
Anyway, thanks, guys.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Okay. These guys got me a present. Oh my God, thanks very much. But it happens to be we've got the real Batman, eh? So I think we should have a chat with him.
Yeah, might as well.
All right, thanks, guys. Hey, so a lot of you know me as damn Batman, but I'm not the real Batman. We got the real Batman here. So, Batman, tell us more about your car.
Which one? I got like 7. You have 8, right? I have 7.
Tell us about this one right here.
Well, I got too much time. I got too much money. So my favorite is the '89 Batmobile. So I made this bad girl. Got some parts from the film. It's got a V8 twin turbo. No big deal.
How long have you had this Batmobile for?
Since I was in my prime. So what are we talking? Early 20s. I peaked when I was 21. So,
and then recently, the Batmobiles had also another toy, a weekend toy.
Yeah, that's what I'm into, incognito. This is just one big bad idea. So everyone wants their own F1 car for the street. I say F1, it's just really a hot rod. So the Batmobile actually gave me the idea. When I drove it and it didn't have much weight, the power to weight was the greatest thing ever. So I was like, let's make something that's light. It's got the best engine, right? The Ferrari V12.
Ferrari V12.
No big deal. You got like 8. You got like 3 of them, do you? How many up to?
Who's counting?
How many V12s do you have?
Anyway, we won't keep you very long, Batman. The people are waiting. People are waiting.
We're Batman. We're like Santa Clauses.
All right, so we got Faf here from Platinum One. He brought 3 of his personal collection here. Tell us more about this E36 M3R.
Well, look, there was only 15 produced, so 15 were released. Number 8, 15.
Yeah. So roll cage. This is the lightweight track version
Of the E36 M3. So these were brought into Australia to compete against like the RX-7 SP and the Porsche back then in that unit in 95.
So, but 3 litre, 6 cylinder, the same.
Yeah, well,
More power?
3 litre, 6 cylinder, but it's been stroked to a 3.2.
Oh, it's been straight to 3.2.
Yeah, it's got a heavy duty gearbox, 850 IDF, a racing brake. Look, this car was previously a track only.
Yeah.
BMW Australia actually used number 8 for race purposes, and I purchased the vehicle and brought it back to roadworthy content.
And then now going to fast forwarding to today.
Yeah, this is today's era.
This is the equivalent of the M3R, right? This is
Pretty much, yeah. So this is the M4 CSL. There was approximately 23 or 25 that came to Australia. I was very lucky to get my hands on one.
Yeah.
So obviously it's got the carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber splitters. I picked it up last week.
Yeah.
So pretty much as you see it is factory.
How much power is it making? Like,
I picked up, let's say, 450 or 500 horsepower at the engine.
yeah. But it's pretty cool to have the M3R and the modern day M4 CSL.
Yeah, and look, that's like, they're my dream cars. Like I've always had love and a soft spot for an E36 M3.
Talking about soft spot, I got a soft spot for this one over here. Right? If I was to have a 34 GTR, it'd be in a Bayside blue. So fast, got this Bayside blue 34 GTR, and it's not stock, obviously.
No, it's not stock. It's got a bigger single turbo, larger plenum, front mount intercooler, cams, etc. It's very loud.
100?
No, look, it's only 750.
It's only 750.
Only 750.
Only 750.
Look, I love driving my car.
Yeah.
No, like once you start getting into the 1,000 horsepower, you got to go sequential gearboxes and all that kind of stuff, which is it's too much for the street.
Especially in this colour, do a lot of people want to take you onto the traffic light?
Oh, 100%. It's like, man, my license is really important to me and I can't race everyone.
Maybe Faf should lend it to me for a day and we could do an episode on this.
100%, whenever you want. Take any of them.
Yeah, look, content, let's go. Here we are with a good friend of mine, but also the creative genius behind Alpha Royale. This is our 4th show now we've been doing this.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
At Vivid Sydney.
And for those people that are old enough, actually, Yudi was one of the people behind Auto Salon, so no surprise that he's got this, idea of bringing cars as being part of Vivid. How'd you come up with the name Alfa Royale?
Well, I guess it's all about the festival of luxury and supercars. We're here to celebrate everyone's success in business, working hard together, and friendship more likely, and passion.
Now, it's an amazing event that we can combine Vivid with cars, and this is all thanks to our good friend here, Yudi.
Thank you, Nico.
No worries. Come on, Spinner. Anyway, we're back here with Mark.
Back again.
With the Century. Is it your first time here at Alfa Royale?
First time at Alfa Royale, yeah.
What do you think of the show?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's absolute madness. Like just looking around and seeing some of the caliber of things that we've got around.
And then when people walk through the door and then they see the Century.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Bit of interactivity this time, get involved.
So Mark, to finish off, so what's your favourite car here at the show?
I'm tired. There's the Pagani, which is the ultimate dream car.
Yeah.
But I can't go past an Nissans.
Hey! Still a bit of love.
Yeah.
Still a bit of love for the NSX. Anyway, thanks again.
Cheers.
All right.
Murcielago S. Oh, bro. You have such great taste. It's usually paint colour.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Man. Thank you so much.
No worries, Zane. All right, so what's your favourite car here at the show?
Definitely the 765 LT.
765?
100%. It's my favourite car of all time.
Look at all these fans. Oh yeah, hardcore fans. What's your favourite car here?
SV.
Mercedes-SV. A lot of love for the collection here. It's okay if you guys like the other cars. You sure?
I'm sure.
Ooh. What's your favourite car?
Either the base A or the 765, I reckon.
And how about what's your vote?
Definitely toss up between the N Lager and the BC.
Ooh, the BC Huayra. What do you guys think?
Pretty good.
Not bad? Good size?
Not bad.
Not bad. How about any of you want to have a close look, maybe have a sit inside the car?
Yes,
Yeah?
Yes,
Yeah? All right.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you doing this.
No worries. So if there was only one car that you could sit in, which car would you choose? In the Largo or the 765?
In Largo.
In Largo. All right, in Largo for the win. So Alfa Royale is actually expanding this year. So normally it's just the cargo hall, but this year we've expanded to include this indoor section, and starting off with this Honda S2000, which is owned by Brian El Hassan, which I've kind of known from Auto Salon days. This car used to, be part of the Auto Salon show, which is probably from 20 years ago. I think he's done a few more, revisions, but look at that crazy snail turbo that he's got on there. Then Culturia's got Ferrari 458. Some of you may not know, but I actually used to have a 458 Speciale. I liked it, but I didn't love it. I think they look great, but the sound to me was just okay. Put my flame suit on because a lot of people think that I'm crazy, that I didn't love my Speciale. Then we've got King JDM, which is owned by Ricardo, which is in midnight purple, makes around 1500 horsepower. It looks like a weapon. Ricardo, take me out for a drive, please. We've got a McLaren 765 LT Coupe, which I used to own, an LT Coupe. I prefer the Spider. I think the suspension's a little bit more softer. My LT Coupe, we had the bucket seats, which I wasn't a big fan on. That's why I went with the comfort seats for my Spider. Then here at the entrance here, they're displaying this uber rare for those Porsche guys, a GT3 RS. And I think with this grey and red combo, it looks a race car. Here we've got the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ finished in black. It looks definitely like a black bull. What a beast. And then coming up to here, we've got a modern classic, which is going to become really like a collectible in the future, or it already is a collectible. The gull wing doored Mercedes SLS. How iconic. And I think we just landed in JDM GDR heaven. So we've got three N1s. We've got the R32 N1 GDR, an R33 N1 GDR, and then an R34 N1 GDR. To see all three of them here in one spot, very, very special. Then going up from the uber rare N1s, we've got a heavily modified 32 GDR, obviously 32 GTRs did come to Australia as factory delivered. You could have bought that off the showroom back in '89. Then we've got the 35 GTR made by Nismo. And then this is something that is kind of familiar to me. This is a LP640 coupe finished in Grigio Telesto. Why is it familiar to me? Because as I said, my first Murcielago was actually very similar to this LP640, which is, a lot of people knew it as Battleship Grey. So my one was in manual, and can you believe it, back then, people that used to actually hate this color, they thought it wasn't bright enough, it wasn't worthy of it for a Lamborghini. But now, many manufacturers make this type of Battleship Grey. And it's kind of funny how some colors are in and then they're not popular anymore. This wasn't popular, but now it is. Obviously, we got the Porsche Widowmaker, aka the GT2 RS. For me, I'd probably choose the 3 RS because I prefer the sound, but obviously the 2 RS is the turbo version with a lot more power. Then we've got our good friend King David, aka Boundless Water, and he's got his Ferrari 812 Superfast with the camo wrap. Actually looks pretty damn cool. Now finishing off with the Aussie Muscle Car Corner. Starting off with this Holden Commodore VL Walkinshaw. Apologies if I don't know the full details about it, even though I've pretty much grown up here. Very iconic with the VL Walkinshaw. Then following up to that, we've got the HDT Brock Special. Peter Brock was obviously a very famous V8 supercar driver, so very collectible in terms of the Aussie muscle cars. Last but not least, we've got this green Holden Tirana. I don't know much about it, but it looks cool. All these cars are probably worth a few $100,000, very collectible now. All right guys, so that's a wrap for this year's edition of Alfa Royale 2023. Got some amazing cars. We've got the very special Huayra BC here. Obviously, I brought my whole collection for the first time, supercar overload. And leave your comment below which is your favorite. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you on the next episode, guys. For Alfa Royale 2023, start again. That's a wrap for Alfa Royale. Whoa! It's like being on a roller coaster.